Hey everyone. I'm so excited to be here. We are Poe on the call. I am Cris Rivers.
And I'm Mandy Mac.
Yes, and we are here with the incredible pole entrepreneur, pole instructor, and so many things, Connor.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
It's
Yes.
truly our pleasure. Thank you so much for being here with us. Goodness, let's get right into it. What started your pole dance journey?
So I was at Ultimate Frisbee pickup practice one summer, and one of my buddies was like, "You're gonna come to pole class with me," and I was like, "Am I now?" Okay. So I went to my first pole class, and then I immediately like knew I was really into it, and the rest is history, I guess. So actually, a boy took me into pole class, which was cool.
That is really cool. You don't hear another guy taking people into class. Did you find
Yeah.
that Ultimate Frisbee helped you when you started transitioning more into pole?
Uh, I think my like rock climbing and things like that helped a little more. I think the frisbee maybe anti-helped because it's more grounded, and I think my legs are kind of big and sometimes that works against me on certain things. But yeah. So no, it didn't help at all.
I love it. It's too funny. So, rock climbing and Ultimate Frisbee, what other movement background do you have? And did any of that besides rock climbing help you?
Not really. I always wanted to be a dancer as a kid, but I went the kind of like bro-y team sports kind of thing, and a little bit of adventure, like outdoor adventure sports, like mountain biking, surfing. So like I guess general like kind of body awareness, but nothing that would prepare me for pole dancing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was still just imagining like a frisbee pole dancing combination.
I think I could make it happen. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's awesome.
I
And
was
now,
imagining if we're in a pole dancer, like pole dancing on a surfboard.
yes.
You know what? I've seen people wearing like pleasers on a surfboard, and that's my goal this summer. Like I need, yeah, so that's gonna happen, hopefully.
I can't wait to see that. That's going to be so fun.
Oh yeah, you'll be the first to see Chris.
Like a pole on a surfboard.
I'm not a pole on a, well, I mean that's the next step, right? That's the next logical step.
Oh my gosh. Plans for the future.
Yeah, right.
Well, what is your favorite style of pole?
Yeah, I like this question. I have a lot of dancers who are like female that I like, but I really tend to gravitate towards the male dancers. Right now, my favorite kind of style is something that the Brazilian dancer Renan Leal, I hope I said that right. He is amazing. And I think he coined the term dark hypno flow. And it's kind of like a mix of like old style exotic, but like a little slower, a little juicier. So I'm like obsessed with that right now. Um, yeah, so that's kind of my main the style I want to try to work on, I guess.
I love that. It looks so hard. I took one of his workshops and I was like, holy
You
shit,
did? Oh,
this is
yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
Right. He's amazing. I also love his movements.
yes. And his little like ginger curls that like bounce around, like how? It's so good. Yeah,
I can't wait to see your journey with that. That's going to be fun.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Instagram is fun. We get to see everything from so far away.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a collab moment sometime down my career. So, Renan, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you.
Yes, I love that. We have like gone into international, so we never know. We never know. So when did you start making the transition from post student to teaching?
Fairly recently, I would say, kind of in the fall when I came back to school. Yeah, I was like feeling like I had some things, especially in like the choreo realm, to kind of give to the people around me, and um So I was starting to make my own choreo, and I was like, wow, like people like this, and maybe I can kind of share. And so I really like teaching kind of the hard hitting, like kips and tricks and stuff. Um, and a lot of my students are like a little intimidated by it, I think, but that's okay. We'll get there.
Oh my gosh, the fear.
The fear, the fear doesn't go away, by the way,
Yeah.
for yeah,
Right, you just have to do it.
yeah, totally.
Too funny. And I wanted to ask something. When did you start performing?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of like my first performance. I've done a couple like bigger deal performances recently. Like I did a performance at Drum in New York City, which was like the queer showcase of the subtle Asian polars, which was super fun. So that was my first time performing in Manhattan, which is kind of a big deal for me. Um, yeah, I'm inspired by like Lisa Bella, who just is in like Brooklyn every freaking weekend. And I'm like, all right, cool, I can do that too, I guess. Or maybe I'll just move there.
I love it. And you're making it happen. It's so inspiring and awesome,
Oh,
especially as a male. I know I have a lot of imposter syndrome.
yeah, yeah.
So what other do you have any fun performances? I'm sorry, Mandy, go ahead.
No, I was gonna see maybe you have any tips to share, like how to get over imposter syndrome, because
Yeah,
that
I wanted
seems
to
to
talk
be like,
about that. Yeah, I like that you
yeah.
said that. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think there is imposter syndrome, but I like the heels style, and some of those kind of more like almost feminine shapes do tend to work fairly well on my body. So I get like praised by like female pole dancers. Oh, like you look so great, like those lines look great, and that's fine, but sometimes I really want like a more masculine style. And so I don't know if I have imposter syndrome, but I'm around a lot of more kind of femme style dancers, and that's kind of what I've learned. And I really want to like reach past that into something that's like a little more authentic for me. So yeah, it's almost like make your own adventure kind of thing, more than imposter syndrome. But yeah.
I love that. Make your own adventure.
Uh, and I appreciate how you mentioned your journey from more experience with with the femme flowing, kind of wanting to, how do you say, expand into the masculine flow? Because it's a
Yeah.
real battle and journey, and I'm also currently going through the same thing. So it's awesome that you mentioned that because there's apparently others.
Yeah, totally. And I've talked with other like pretty high level like male teachers, like Ramel's one of my friends who teaches at Body and Pole in New York City, and he said things like maybe those, there's certain things that women can do don't look great on my body. So I find other shapes that he kills, like something called Cassiopeia and some like running man type things, more flexed feet, and like that's cool. It almost forces, I think as male pole dancers, we're kind of forced to like find our own kind of thing. Yeah, which is cool.
I agree. Um, it's going to be interesting to see the next couple of years as it expands and grows.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Same.
Right? We all have our own tools to work with.
And all pole dancers, bring your husbands, bring them all.
We might
Yes.
steal your husbands, but you should bring them anyway.
Yeah. Fun. Go ahead, Mandy, because I know I was like spewing out questions.
Oh yeah, I wanted to learn more about the polar bears.
Yay!
The polar bears are great. So the polar bears, for those of you who don't know, are the Brown University pole dancing team. I think I have like a little jacket that says established, I believe 2008. So they've been around a while. Yeah. Um, there are a couple other teams, like there's one at Columbia, I believe. So we could hypothetically like compete like a team would, but for the most part, we just perform and we train together. Yeah, it's been a great time. I've been on the team. This is my second year now. Um, and yeah, I was training a lot alone, which was great, but then I found like these kind of queer young people who were like my age, like college kids, and it was just like it was a really great community to kind of step into. Um, and I was able to kind of like teach some things to the polar bears and like teaching people your own age, like you can really see yourself in them. Like I see myself in my students, like all of my students, but with kids who are your own age, like you really see it. And that was like really powerful for me. So yeah, I've loved being on the polar bears.
I think that's so cool.
It is. I'm ashamed that I've never heard of them before this.
Yeah,
It's
I
such a good
think,
name too.
right? Yeah, I think we could probably do a better job of kind of like maybe we just need to go viral somehow. Like that's what it takes. But yeah.
I do a whole video thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
And we're
Some
just like bringing up projects and projects to do.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
I know, right? Like,
Heels on the surfboard, go viral with the polar bears. What's next? Maybe that would do it. Go the heels on the surfboard in Rhode Island could go viral with polar bear.
it just
Food for
came full
thought.
circle. Yeah.
as long as we abide by whatever rules they make up for that day.
Right.
So do you have any competition experience?
Yeah, I did my first competition this fall in PSO Boston. That was super fun. I really liked training for it. I didn't give myself probably as much time as other people. I think I gave myself like 2 months. Um, but it was cool to like focus on something, like try to get it perfect. Try to kind of do some hard moves that maybe I hadn't learned before I started training for that competition, and then just seeing everyone in the Northeast Pole community in one place for that weekend was like incredible. And so much like support. It was a little pricey, which I wish pole competitions weren't so pricey. Um, I think it would be really cool to like in my future career, like kind of do what they call like the comp circuit. Like you go around and you do all the comps, but it's so expensive. I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, anyway, I love PSO. It was really good. And getting 23 like professional photos for my act and video is like incredible. I still haven't posted them. It's been months, but that was it was a good experience. Yeah.
Why haven't you posted them?
I'll do it soon.
I love it. Would you compete again?
Yeah, so I did level 3 Russian exotic and yeah, and I won. So that was pretty hype, but I did have a feeling like that I could be in level 4 and that I could do pretty well there. So I wanna compete at like the next highest level, I guess. In the championship kind of section is like kind of more pro, but they don't ever wear heels. So I'm like, I want to do crazy tricks and be in heels,
They
right?
just added heels to level 5.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Is it
And you can
judged
go to
as
nationals.
okay, is it judged as artistic or championship? Do you know? Because
I
that
believe
was
it's the artistic. It has like a different
okay.
set. Yeah, but it's called heels.
I
Yeah.
feel like I would do that. Yeah. Do you think I should go from level
Yes.
3 to just level 5? Just send it?
Why not?
What's the worst that can happen? I don't win, right? Like,
Yeah. Do it.
yeah, okay.
I will say sometimes the comments can get me like did the jump from level 3 to level 5. And I just did it because I wanted to dance to a longer piece and try things that I can't do on like level 4. And some
Yeah.
of them were awesome, and then some of them were like, you should have been on a lower level. So that was kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, that's competing though. Like, I'm sure figure skaters and ballerinas and stuff where you're judged, I'm sure they have to deal with all kinds of bullshit from judges all the time. You just kind of, and you keep going. But
So you
easier
got this.
said than done, right?
I don't, you got this, though.
Right, Connor, you have an awesome, amazing attitude.
Oh, thank you. I will say all of my PSO comments were extremely epic and they were so supportive. They're like, I think they're like, you ate like, oh, they said they like my pearls. I was like wearing my pearls.
Um,
So that was good. I was a good boost. And that's what I'm glad I did level 3 because I did get that confidence boost and I got that support.
yeah.
Because to do your first comp and like not and like do bad I didn't have room for that in my like journey. So yeah.
You're too funny. I can't wait to see that video when you release it and then see
Yeah,
when
maybe I'll release it. You're motivating me to release it.
Yes, let us watch it.
you said you won. Fucking own it.
Right.
Do you think you like performing over competing, or do you like them both the same?
Um, that's a good question. Yeah. I do like the more intimate vibe of like a smaller performance, like a cabaret style thing, or even kind of like a strip club kind of thing. There's a group in Western Mass called Queer Strip Night that like does kind of these pop-up shows in bars and stuff, and that was super fun. You can get right up in the audience, you can like put your ass in their face, and it's just like so body positive, and I can be like a little more tapped in and like a little more live and do some more kind of freestyle stuff and really like play on the audience's energy. So that stuff is like really magical. Um, and the competition is cool. I think if I was like at this high level where I was training really hard for this and I had other guys who I was like, I need to beat him, like I'm very competitive male athlete. And so I think that would be cool. So I think they're definitely different and they both have joys to them. So yeah.
I love it. I feel like usually when we ask that question too, it's either like one strong to one way or the other. But right, they're both really awesome and they both have their own good and bad. Um, yeah.
Mm. I've seen that you have experience with other aerial apparatuses and different kind of stuff. Would you like to go into that, elaborate on that?
Yeah, I've started doing some aerial stuff as well. I'm pretty baby with it. Just trying to kind of work on my fundamentals, get my strength up. But I really straps have been kind of captivating my attention. I see all these like wicked ripped gymnast bros doing like Cirque du Soleil, and I'm like, that needs to be me someday. And it's really, really hard, but it's like a challenge. I'm like, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing kind of thing, which maybe is not the best attitude, but I think it's helping me. And flying pole is also like a big thing I wanna try more. Um, and aerial stuff is like it is a little different than pole. Like the axis you're spinning on is a little different. The dizziness tolerance is different. Um, but yeah, it's cool and it does as an artist, it gives you a little more flexibility to what you can do, I guess, because circus is like a little less stigmatized and it's a little like you can get booked for like concerts and family like circus shows and the venues can be bigger and you can probably get paid more and you can travel with Cirque du Soleil versus pole tends to be like a little a little more intimate, like a nightclub or a cabaret, and those are fun, but I think I kind of want to be like a star, flying around in like tornado mode. So yeah.
I love that. Hey, at least you're honest and you own it. I can't wait to see you become that star. I mean, you already
Oh,
almost
thank you.
you are like on your track, so it'll be exciting.
Sure hope
Right,
so. Hanging in there.
right, you'll hit
It is,
them with the
go ahead.
straps first, and then you'll sneak in pole.
Right. Right. And I'll just like slowly take the clothes off. Like as
Yes.
I'm in the air. I'm like, what are you gonna do about it? You can't like
What are you gonna
take me
do?
down. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yes.
Pants are already off.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is true and sad when you mention that there are more performance opportunities when you expand your aerial arts into other circus things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I understand the want for
Yeah,
that.
it's like an unfortunate reality, but as an artist, I do want to kind of have that flexibility. And then also, I just saw they did a show at Cirque House in New York like a couple days ago, and it was like immensely hot and like sexy style, and it looked like a pole show, but they were, doing hand bouncing and rope and lyra and all this stuff. And I'm like I am gonna have that opportunity to do the sexy stuff too. So, yeah.
Love it. Well,
So
oh. Do you use a specific hand and body grip for pole?
Um, my main friend is this really gross towel that I wipe my pits and soak up all the juice with. And that like usually does it for me. I do use dry hands, but like the main thing is like the pit sweat, especially like any kind of like Janiro or like Jade where your armpit is up in the grill there. And I like sometimes I slide off the pole and I look and there's like a stream of like droplets. Like not kidding. So mostly the pit towel is my grip. Um, but yeah.
Like, is that a specific brand of towel called the pit towel?
Oh, I should capitalize. I should brand myself. No, it's just like a rag, but
I love it. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
yeah. And it's one time my friend was training with me and was trying to use it. I saw her grab it and put like gonna spray it, and I'm like, no, 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 that is the pit towel. You cannot, because like my clean towels are like blue, and this one is like not not blue. So I understand, but other folks don't necessarily know the pit towel. So I hope that this is the part of the interview that gets on your channel, by the way.
Right, it is. You'll have to definitely brand the towel.
use it to like social media like as a solution.
Oh my God.
Monetize. Gotta monetize.
Right. So many ideas in this
You don't have to
interview.
laugh. It'll be a free piece of advice and info.
Yeah, here you go.
That's the freebie.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
and
it.
pre-used. Christened by Connor Jocktober. Maybe that's too much.
I,
Right.
I think there are pole dancers who sell their like used articles of clothing and stuff. So I mean,
This is just one step from that.
So many ideas.
I'm taking notes. I really am.
funny. But honestly, thank you for sharing that because I mean, everybody uses different ways to stay on the pole, and some maybe that's what somebody needs. Just find themselves a pit towel.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard shaving cream, we've heard all sorts of stuff.
Oh no.
We were talking about shaving cream today. Have you tried shaving cream?
I did on my
No.
pole, and it actually works.
It works.
You gotta let it dry though, right?
Yes, I don't and it has to be the white one. I don't put a lot. Like it's a little bit, rub it in, like you said, let it dry like a normal grip, and then yes.
Okay.
Huh.
It's worth a shot.
Right? I might want to try that.
For me, we remember we all have different body types.
Right, yeah, that's true.
In different sweaty hands.
I know. But that would be an inexpensive type of grip.
Yeah.
I know, it's like $1 at the dollar store.
Yeah, I could stock it at the studio.
You're too funny. Uh, do you
Well,
happen to have a favorite pole trick? This is one of my favorite questions.
Okay. I wrote this down. I already forgot. I have so many, it's hard to choose. Oh, I think Phoenix is my favorite trick because there's like something so magical about the way that I think more so than like seeing it is like doing it in your own body. You're like trying, and eventually you just get it. And it's like it's not as hard as a deadlift because your hips just kind of like do it for you. It's like sometimes. Sometimes I can't get it. But it looks very cool. And I love static pole so much. And I think it just combines a lot of static pole kind of techniques and like how you have to kind of let your grip kind of follow you around. You have to use your momentum and your like body placement. I think it just combines everything and it's super dope. It has a cool name. I mean, what pole move doesn't have a cool name, but yeah. So that Phoenix is my favorite.
Goodness, if Phoenix is your favorite, I'm afraid to ask what your pole nemesis is.
That too. I think they're probably one of the same. Yeah.
Love it, Phoenix. I have to I have to give you kudos because I'm so scared to try it. I want to eventually one day, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna get it. Why even try it?
Chris,
Yeah,
no,
well,
you
you're gonna
could
feel
get
a
it.
lot, but you get it. Yeah.
But I'm glad you mentioned that it is easier than a deadlift. So maybe one day.
I feel like it is. I mean, I like doing dynamic stuff. I feel like it's not as muscle intensive or like you don't need to be quite so like athletic, like calisthenically, because you are working with timing. It's a lot of timing and body placement and like what you're doing with your hips and your grip. And there's just a lot going on versus a deadlift is kind of just being strong. I don't know. I can't deadlift, so maybe I shouldn't talk about that. That's
And so
another
in a Phoenix, you just have to be like a physicist.
right. So the engineer in me is like, yes, I can do this. My rotational inertia, my angular velocity is working out.
I love it.
Do you have any tips for training it then? Maybe
Uh,
I remember I
yeah.
was trying it like a while ago and then I gave up.
Yeah, I think the hips are really important. If you can have someone kind of spot your hips, try to go kind of as far away from the pole with your hips. Like if you're doing and practice like a flare first, like kind of like one of like a blind grab kind of flare. Practice getting those hips away. Um, and then think of it more as like a roll than a lift. That might be hard. I wish I had like a video and I could like draw on it like a sports commentator. Um, but I feel like it's more of a roll than a lift. Yeah.
I like that. If I try it again, I'll try to remember that. That seems
Yeah.
better because I was thinking lift for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
up.
mean, there's a little bit of lift, but there's some roll too. Or even if that's not true, it helps my brain. So maybe it'll help your brain too.
Hell yeah. Love it. Thank you for that tip.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
We always take notes. Well, not a left fiend.
Well,
Yeah.
Connor, do you have any pole philosophies to share?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I think a big one, which I don't necessarily follow, but I'm trying to, is it has to do with like your consumption of media related to pole. So like if you're kind of looking at Instagram and you're seeing all these people doing these amazing things and you're like, I don't know what your kind of method is, but I like to like send them to myself or save them or something. And I have like a million pole videos saved. And I think this is a thing with every pole dancer. But I think my philosophy is to set up like a one-to-one ratio of like consuming and creating, or consuming and trying, or consuming and something in real time. So you watch one video, you save it, and you don't save another video until you've like tried that other one. Something like that. Because it can get a little overwhelming when you have all of these ideas saved, or like just kind of in your subconscious. I want to do this and this and this. It's hard to get focused. You get to the studio and you're like, okay, I have nothing to train. I don't know what to do. So I think that kind of helps you be a little more focused, is try not to just consume all of this media and try to like work on it in your own body, like on like a one-to-one. Yeah.
That's a great, amazing tip, actually. Like, because I have, in my Instagram saved folder, like bazillions of things that I've actually never gone back to look at them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how social media is set up, like to just consume, consume, consume. And you're gonna forget about all the things you saved. But yeah.
Sad but true. Yes, thank you for bringing that up because it's not something you think about, but it is true. We all have that.
Mhm. But then this
And
would give you more of like a goal and then like chill
Yeah.
until you like go through that one video and then go to the next one
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of endless scrolling.
Right. Yeah, this is also my battle to try to stop endlessly scrolling on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
oh, at least now they might be banning TikTok, so it'd be one social media. Let me
Oh my
stop it.
God.
Yeah. I guess there's a silver lining to
Let
the
me-
infringement of free speech.
that's awesome. Wow. So many bad. Anyway,
Yeah. Can of worms.
I know.
that's a
Well,
whole nother.
since I know. Well, since you don't spend a million hours going through social media, what do you like to do in your free time?
Um, yeah. I really like to be outside. I really like to surf. That's kind of mostly what I do in the summer. I work as a lifeguard on the ocean, out on the Cape, and I surf a lot. The low tide is twice a day, so I surf at least twice a day. I'm on the beach all day. I could sometimes like negotiate on my breaks going and surfing as well. So yeah, that's kind of the prize after eyes on the prize after pole, I guess. With any upper body strength I have left.
I've always wanted to try surfing one day.
You should when you come out to P-Town, we can maybe I'll give you a lesson.
That would be fun. OMG, yes. Don't tell me for a good time.
Yeah, it's a real good time.
I love the water. I love ocean. The ocean, just being out there. Surfing would be a fun challenge.
Yeah, we're gonna put you in heels though. Once you get it, we need the video. We need the content.
OMG, we do a collab.
I cannot wait for this video.
I love it. So, what else do you have planned? Because you have a couple things coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Would you like to go into that? Huh?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm producing a queer and trans pole show in Provincetown this summer called, drum roll please, Glory Pole. Um, yeah. I'm very excited for it. I have 6 different show dates this summer. And I'm doing some like themed ones. We're doing one for Bear Week, which I'm trying to prioritize having more male-bodied dancers and getting all berry, whatever that means to you. I'm very excited for that. And also just trying to book more trans folks in pole. Um, there's a lot of queer folks in pole, a lot of gay boys, a lot of queer women. Um, there aren't so many trans folks, and especially not a lot of trans men. So I identify as a trans man, and I'm trying to give that stage to other people and promote that. And especially in P-Town, it's not really a town where the trans community, has historically had a space to perform. So I'm trying to bring that and amplify that a little bit. Yeah.
It's so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens and all that you're bringing. Because you're right, there needs to be more representation in the pole industry.
Yeah, I think so.
And I mean,
Yes.
as an industry, we're, how do you say, not the black sheep, but we're the, God, someone said it really well. And like, we're the outcasts of the world. So we should be
Okay.
of everyone.
Yeah.
Yay. And what are the dates for that?
Oh yeah, I should know these. June 6th, June 27th, July 18th, July 25th, August 8th, and August 15th.
Yay.
I
So
hope I
all
got those
summer
right.
long. That's
They're
awesome. Hell
Thursday
yeah.
nights. Thursday nights. One of them's during Bear Week, and one of them's Girl Splash Week, which is like kind of a queer women week in P-Town. So I'm having some very talented ladies coming up for that, and some
Yeah.
talented boys like Chris coming up for Bear Week.
Oh,
Yes.
excited. Thank you for that invite, by the way.
Of course.
My,
So
our,
exciting.
our partner's always saying, we need to go out for Bear Week. And then you messaged us. I was like, wow, talk about the universe.
Let's do it. And I
Meant to
do have a
be.
couple spots left in some of my shows. So if you're listening to this and you want to be in my show, please DM me. And even more if you want to help out in some way, like pole cleaning in a little slutty maid costume or something, I can arrange that. And we need help. So yeah, please DM me if you're interested in performing or helping out with the show this summer.
OMG, I did not know. I will ask some friends because I'm going down with friends that week. That'll be fun. See if they want to help put on some
Yeah,
heels.
that'd be great. Yeah, let me know. And I can compensate with surfing lessons. I can actually pay you too, but surfing lessons are cool. But
That is too funny. I am excited. Like, I don't even know what to wear. I kind of know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, we'll talk more because
yeah, yeah. We could chat.
so check it out, y'all. If y'all want to perform, make sure you reach out to Connor because his Instagram handles and everything will be in the comments for everything below.
Mm.
Because it's about market, everything in the captions and notes below. OMG. So, where do you hope to see yourself in about 5 or 10 years with pole dancing?
Mm, great question. Okay, so I have this like mega plan to like work in the real world for like a year, two max, quit, and then I hope my boss does not see. Uh, quit and then try to go to circus school. So in 5 years, hopefully I'm like, this is like crazy, but in Cirque du Soleil. Or maybe just like in a place that has a really vibrant like circus and pole community with lots of opportunities to get booked and teach and train with other like boys and queer people, and I mean not necessarily just boys, but I like my boys.
OMG, that's so exciting. I want to kind of ask, which Cirque du Soleil do you want to try to go for?
It doesn't I I don't care. I'm not gonna Okay.
Yes, that's the way to.
I just want to tornado around the world on a pole in the air.
I love that. I can't wait to see what happens. That's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you see Bizarre, the Cirque du Soleil, the Bizarre with the straps performer?
No, I didn't see that. Where was
Ah,
that?
oh my gosh. It's the Cirque du Soleil that's out now. It's called Bizarre, but the straps performer was like so amazing. I still have not recovered from it.
Right? Oh my God. Straps is just incredible. Like when you see someone who's really, really good at it, you're like, how did their arm not just like pop out several
Yeah.
times? Like, how are they still spinning?
Yeah, right.
Holding these splits too, like just one arm up and then going into crazy splits and they're in the air too. Talk about an adrenaline rush.
I really want to be able to do like a splits balance in the straps, like your feet are in the straps. Have you seen that? Like you're like, and then your feet.
Yes.
I'm like working on. I'm like training with my little yoga blocks, like moving them further out towards my like ankles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
So
like
we'll
how
see.
do you get out of that? How do you like do you have to
Oh,
muscle
I
back
saw some.
out?
So this girl, I was at the Rhode Island Circus Space circus show last night, and this girl did a split balance in silks, and she was like la la la, and then she just went like turned to the side and like it caught herself. And I was like, oh, I gotta do that. I don't know if that's possible on straps, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, like
Yes.
Chef Nick is crazy.
So
Oh
fun.
my gosh.
Yeah,
I definitely can't wait to see you in Cirque du Soleil, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. I've been hyping it up too much. Some people say like don't tell everybody your dreams, but I'm like I need accountability, you know. Like I gotta tell everybody because they'll be like, "Hey, like where are you gonna be in the circus?" Like, yeah, still working on it.
Yes.
I understand why people say, "Oh, don't share your dreams," because they say other people's envy will dampen it. But I mean, you want to put it out there in order to put it into fruition. You want
Yeah,
to believe in yourself and believe it.
Yeah, there's a lot of power in saying it out loud
yeah, totally.
multiple
Okay.
times until it happens. Just
There you
kidding.
go. You gotta keep telling you, look yourself in the mirror every day and be like, Bishop and B in the split balance in the circus. And you're gonna ease off the side and not die. That's what I tell myself
Right.
every morning.
Oh, and
Oh my gosh, yes.
to hopefully do like a we've been working on what do you say, where are they now episodes? I can't wait if we're
Mm,
like five
yeah.
years to interview you again.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, the other thing I really want to do in the next 5 or 10 years is welding. So there's like a welding space in Providence and they teach lessons. And once you're like good enough, then you can just use it as a workshop. So I want to like make circus apparatuses for like myself that are like specially measured to my body parts. I've seen chicks on like Instagram doing this where they make some kind of star thing and their split like works perfectly across it. Like I want to make my own stuff and like learn about circus rigging. Like my little engineer brain will like that. And you know, once I'm not like 22 anymore and maybe I'm like not performing like at the peak, I can still be like in the scene. I can be the rigger. I can be the like the cool welder boy in the back. Like, you know, I think that would be really sick. Um, to be able to like weld and make circus thing or like a pole that's like bent. Like I can't, I don't like it would be really cool. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I hope you wrote that down for notes. You just have like a whole brand and business for the future.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I could brand myself as like blacksmith too. Like that'd be cool. Or like, you know, like I don't know. I feel like that's a brand in itself, like welder,
It is.
The pole
I,
welder.
a pole
I don't know
welder.
if you ask kids nowadays, what's a welder? They'd probably be like, I don't know what that is, and have to make them look it up.
Yeah. Well, in 5 years, I'm gonna be viral and they're gonna know the kiddos are gonna know what a welder is. They're like, yeah, it's that faggot. That's what a welder is.
There'll be a pole on every surfboard.
Welded through the middle of it.
That's absolutely genius.
Yeah.
I'm G. Definitely might have to sign a waiver for those classes.
Yeah, yeah, I think I would have to do that. It's a good idea, Chris. Thank you. Do not
Oh,
try it at home.
Oh my gosh. Man, you mentioned also that you were 22. You've done all of that. You're just really amazing. Excellent work.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, the track for stardom.
There
I mean, Star Trek is like a movie too, but
you go.
my mind. Is there anything else you would like to promote? Any classes? Do you teach online?
I don't teach online yet. I'll probably do that eventually. I'm gone for this summer, but I'll be back in Providence, and I'm hoping to get kind of like a heels class going. I was teaching subbing mostly for like flow heels, and I was making it kind of hard-hitting choreo with some kips and clacks. Hopefully people liked that, and that'll be back soon. Um, at RI Pole Space. I'll have to chat with Liz, who's the owner there. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to teach and have some students with their heels and their knee pads. Knee pads. Don't do kips without knee pads, guys. I know it looks hot, but you know it's not hot is not having knees.
Mm. You are speaking absolute truth. I'm telling you, it creeps up on you. 10 years down the line, you'll feel it.
Yeah, okay.
Be like, why are my knees floating around in here?
You like poke it and it's just like
Like soup.
floating around.
Funny.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
what else did I want? Oh, a new question we're always forgetting. Do you think nutrition and what you put into your body affects your pole training?
Yeah, I think nutrition affects a lot of things. I'm definitely like on my nutrition journey. I'm trying to figure out like, how to eat enough protein, how to stay hydrated, all these things. Definitely, I'd say bring snacks to your pole training. At least for me, like the pole studio is like 45-minute drive away. By the time I get there, I'm like already hungry again. So I always pack lots of snacks. Yeah, protein's really important. Get your protein in and just find foods that you enjoy. Like if your diet, like I don't even like the word diet. I think you need to have like a way to feed yourself that doesn't feel like a diet because you won't stick to it. But like just find foods you really enjoy and just try to do your best, I guess.
Love it. What
Yeah.
are your favorite foods that
Um,
fuel you?
yeah. I've been making this like protein shake with cheese in it or like cottage cheese in it. And my roommates think it's disgusting, but it actually like it tastes like cheesecake. It tastes like strawberry cheesecake. So like I would recommend that one. It has like 60 grams of protein. It's like so good. I guess I really like Mexican food. I was born in Texas, and my mom's she's this white lady who looks like Mrs. Weasley, big curly red hair, but she's an amazing cook and makes really good Mexican food. So I really like Mexican food.
You might have to share that protein smoothie recipe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
So again, I love Mexican food too. Stop. You're making me hungry. Oh goodness. Let me review these questions. I think we
Yeah, I'll look at I had prepared like a little notes. Let's see if I got it.
Sometimes we ask if you had any advice for beginner pole dancers.
Yes, yeah.
That's a great one. I would say, um, yeah, I would say focus on a couple of tricks at the beginning. Try not to learn a little bit of everything. It can feel like a little overwhelming, and it feels good to like get a trick. So say, you go to class, your first class, and you're working on say Jasmine. Like you should work on that Jasmine until you get it and you feel like accomplished because that'll get you motivated for the next thing that's a little bit harder. And I think adding performance in some way into your beginner journey is a great idea. Like even if it's like a showcase at your studio that's like more chill, it's like your friend's birthday party, it's like your street perform, like even if it's low stakes, that really motivates you to like learn a trick and get it to where you feel confident and safe in it, and you can do it maybe a little bit sweaty. So I would say when you're starting, don't try to learn everything at once. Pick like two or three tricks that you're gonna try to get before you move on. Just like keep it simpler. I think that's kind of what I did, so I think that helped.
I love it. I love also too that you mentioned performing as like a beginner tool, because I feel like a lot of beginners don't realize that they are allowed to perform. If you feel the want to perform, and that is a really good tool to get better at the tricks because you have to do them good in front of everyone.
Totally. And I think actually go-go dancing can be a cool way to do this. So I actually started go-go dancing at the gay bar in Providence called the Dark Lady. Like within the first month or two of starting like my pole training, and it like really motivated me to like work on some tricks. I'm like, oh, I'm working Saturday night. I need to have this freaking shoulder mount thing where I walk on the ceiling because it's gonna look so cool. And I had this image in my head of what I would look like on the freaking ceiling of that gay bar. And that really helped me like kind of propel myself into like learning some new stuff. Yeah. And people are too drunk to care if you mess up, so it's fine.
Yes, right. Thank you for adding that too, because it doesn't being authentic is better than being perfect.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And I will say when I was stripping too, learning the tricks and getting the get making the money that way rather than the other ways, which you probably know of. It was a beautiful experience. It was much better, and it made me want to learn even more. So you're right.
Yeah, totally. And I had men come up to me and hand me $200 and not say anything and just and like do it again an hour later and say that was like you're so talented. Like
Mhm.
not in a creepy way, not in like any kind of I was like, thank you. I worked on that really hard in the studio.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean obviously there's merit to making money at in a strip club setting for our ladies who dance. Um, and I don't have that experience, so I'm not sure what that's like, but I really, when people appreciate my skills as like my tricks and stuff, that feels good to me. And certainly you can make money with other assets that you have, but for me, I don't have necessarily all the assets people are looking for at a strip club. So I like to show my tricks, and that feels good for me.
Stay true to yourself, everyone. Yes. Thank you for sharing that honesty.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was all of the.
Self-care. Any self-care tip, advice, hobbies you like?
Self-care, let's see. Okay. I mean, mm, I think if you can find yourself like a deep tissue massage person, eat that up. Like do that every week. I was at a bathhouse in San Francisco and having my little fun, my little time. And this man says, I am a deep tissue massage person. Would you like a massage? And I was like, ugh. And then 3 hours go by, and I am like this wet noodle, and I felt so good. The next day, I like pole train. I'm like, I'm doing everything. I have no pain. I'm like a freaking rock star, like hitting my phoenix every time. Like, I don't know if there was a correlation between those two things, but it was amazing. So get yourself a deep tissue massage. If you have to find him in a sweaty bathhouse in San Francisco, then you do that. Um, but yeah.
A, a 3 hour massage.
I mean, I didn't have a great concept of time in there. Like, I don't know, like, Chris, if you ever been to a gay bathhouse, but there's no like clocks really, and it's not, the sense of time is not really relevant. So it was probably at least an hour and a half massage.
That also goes by fast. You're just kind of in there enjoying yourself.
Centuries go by.
Yes, yes. In fact, it is still it's the same century as when it started in Greek and Roman times. It's just it's been transplanted into San Francisco. So
Yes.
it's still when did the Greek or when did the Roman Empire fall? Is that like when BC became AD? I'm not a huge history guy.
Is it?
Mm,
That's Christ. Sorry. I'm also
I'm just
not a
a
religious,
dancer.
I do
but yeah,
remember
it's still
hearing
Roman
that
times.
big with the bathhouses and like the older men like sleeping with the like young. Why are we talking about this?
We can talk about this later, Chris. Just you and me.
But yes, you're right. It is now in San Francisco, maybe one day soon over here in the Northeast.
Yeah, what happened to those? Didn't there used to be bathhouses around here?
Yeah,
Anyway.
in the day before my time.
But anyway, back to pole.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh.
This is the school. They might want to check it out. So I like that. I like that. That's a good tip, a deep tissue massage.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
and like having a physical therapist, I think is great because any dancer is gonna come in, like, I mean, it's like having a mental health therapist. Like, you don't just go to them when you're having an issue. You go to them every week so that you like have strategies to help you do well. I think physical therapy should be like that. If you're doing a lot of handsprings, you're doing a lot of like overhead kind of stabilization stuff, you should be working on that every week so that you're strong there. And yeah, I think you should have a good PT, a good deep tissue massage. You have a whole team of people working on your body, and then you're
Oh
good.
my gosh. That's it. That would be so
That's it. That's all you
amazing.
need.
Right though, like professional athletes get all of that. Like, yeah.
Exactly. And if you're honestly, if you're a circus artist or pole artist and you're training the way a professional athlete is, even if you're not getting paid like a professional athlete and you're not getting, respected as a professional athlete, because you probably won't in these kind of like fields that are like stigmatized or, circus is seen sort of as like a joke sometimes, but you should treat yourself like a professional athlete. Yeah.
Right. And then hopefully in the future, we'll all be just granted all of the things that we need.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but that's a good,
All the
that's a
things that
nice
we
thought.
deserve.
Right. Yeah.
Someday.
The sigh.
I know.
Did you say you were taking a break from teaching in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be in Provincetown doing my surfing in heels on the surfboard.
Gotcha.
There aren't a lot of places to teach on the Cape. There's uh Cape Cod pole fitness in Harwich, and then pin up and pole, and also in Harwich. But the Cape is like this, and those places are down here, and P-Town is here, and it's like at least a 50-minute drive. So yeah, I'm taking a little break from teaching. I'll have a lot to work on with my shows, and hopefully, if friends come up early, on a Monday or something before their show, like Chris, maybe we can train a little. Like we'll work it in. I do like to teach, so hopefully I can still kind of do that in some way. Yeah.
Yes. I was curious about it because I'm taking my first ever also 2 month break from teaching,
Oh
which
wow.
I've never done before, but I feel like it's going to be a good thing um, to take a break, like not making lesson plans
Yeah, totally.
and doing things for myself.
Yeah. And that's honestly that's the other thing with, teaching that I found. I have some friends, especially in like New York City, who are a little like hustle go-getters, and they teach so much. And I don't want to be like that. I want to teach maybe one or two classes a week because I am at the beginning of my pole journey, even though I do feel like I've like, kind of broken into the scene and I'm feeling pretty good about my skills, but I'm still at the beginning. I want room to grow. I don't want to teach all the time. Because you have to give a lot to your students, and that's great, and people like that really recharges some people. But I think I need time to train myself a little selfishly, but also, and I think teachers, like from my experience, when I take class from teachers who spend time to work on themselves, like they're kind of coming up with new stuff. It's kind of exciting. Like I like taking class from teachers like that. I think you can sort of tell when the teacher's a little burnt out and so I don't want to be a burnout sad teacher. I want to be like exciting teacher who you see once a week and you're like, yeah, that's enough of that person. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad to say, but I mean, it is true. The burnout is real and fast in the pole industry.
Mm.
So I appreciate. Maybe one day I'll take a break. Y'all inspired me.
Right, that's the thing, Chris. I was like, wow, when I thought about it, I was like, it's been 7 years and I really haven't taken a break. So that's good, Connor, that you could understand that early on.
Yeah, I hope,
Because now
yeah.
look at me. Well, I think that was all of the questions that we had to ask.
Yes, is there anything else you would like to add or share? Any tidbits, anything at all about who you are, anything coming up, about advice, anything?
Don't try to pull hungover. I tried that on Saturday morning. It didn't go like I've done this a couple times. I'm like, it's gonna be fine. It's never fine. Like you feel weak. You're like dizzy. Like your dizzy tolerance is like -5 when you're hungover. And like just don't do it. That's my tidbit.
I kind of
Wait a day. The pole will still be there.
really love that. I kind of want to tell you the secret, but I'm not going to
Oh,
get
okay.
so I do is I throw it all up that morning before I gotta teach. Fresh start.
Okay. There you go.
Let me
I'll have to try that.
oh, peer pressure. Don't do it. Don't do it. That is like addictive tendencies. Like I yeah. Good time. I know.
Excellent advice.
I'm just
Thank you.
trying to tell. Oh, just throw up. You'll be okay. He is right, y'all. Don't do it when you're hungover. But if you must, because you're a teacher, that is the truth.
Oh boy.
Well then,
On that note,
on that note,
This has been fun. Man,
yes. Right, we'll have all of the links and everything to follow Connor and all of the upcoming events, and the
yeah.
links below, as well as your bio and your wonderful pictures.
Instagram is at Connor.Jocktober.
yes.
Yes. Okay. Are you on
October like October, but jock strap version? Whatever you want it to be.
very clever name? Do you have a TikTok too?
I don't. And not because it's maybe canceled. I just never got on the TikTok wagon.
And
But
Yay.
Instagram Reels is kind of the same thing, I guess. I have
yeah,
plenty of those.
I just wanted to know because we promoted
Thank
it.
you. I
Well,
appreciate it.
thank you for saying that though, because as an older person who never got on TikTok,
Yeah.
I appreciate because I feel pressure to be on TikTok, but I don't want to
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
This
Do you
was
have a
fun.
YouTube channel too, or
I don't. Yeah, what do you think about like is that a good way to share content, do you think? Yeah.
that was the
Um,
number one tip that was given to us? Because
it works,
YouTube is owned by Google.
it works like Google. So, when people go there and search, if you like have the right keywords, it will show up. It's very different
Mhm.
from social media, so you have to kind of get rid of certain social media habits, but it does work.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely as most pole dancers, and I feel like a lot of male pole dancers and queer pole dancers are getting just like banned from Instagram left or right. Like half my posts are like, we're not showing this to anyone. And recently my whole account was like, we're not showing this to anyone.
Oh
Yeah.
So
my
I'm
God.
just like, and I don't want to change my content. Like yeah. So maybe the path forward is YouTube.
I'm glad to
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm not glad to hear that it's happening to you, but I'm glad to know it's not only me because it has been a lot lately. Like, I'm not even doing anything. I'm literally just showing like a conditioning exercise or something.
Yeah, totally. And
But
I
you,
do like I don't need to go into the algorithm, but I do feel like it is like more men who are getting flagged. I don't know. Like I feel
yeah,
like I wear the same outfit as like a cis female pole dancer and I get flagged, but I don't know.
Mm.
It's
but,
not
Right.
worth like
but then
yeah.
if you look on like the top Reels feed, you have all these naked men like just like dancing or talking like absolute hella crap.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to the madness. Or it's not worth trying to figure it out as a small creator, I think. Yeah.
Right. It just sucks because that's like the best way for us to express at this point, to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us
Well,
share.
Let
Meta.
us
we can make it.
meta.
Yeah. So we're already promoting your YouTube and you haven't even created it.
Exactly. The first video will be me surfing with the heels on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viral instantly. Monetization.
Yeah, let's go.
I do
I'm trying to
like
see if I could, if the sponsorship would come from like the surfboard or the heels more. I don't know. We'll see.
maybe
Right?
both even
Or
better.
both. Collaboration. I'll
Uh,
reach out. I'll pull some strings.
yes.
It'll be your apparatus welding business.
Yes.
You could just
And
like,
surf company, surfboard,
yes.
yeah, everything at once. That is
Just like,
actually one of my flaws is doing too many things at once. But
just creating an empire.
yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
like that. I think I'm gonna reframe creating an empire.
Yeah, it's not overachieving.
It's very colonialism. It's very imperialism. It's
Right?
very capitalist. All the things I
Great.
stand for.
It is true. It is true. You are building an empire.
Empire of bears on poles.
Yes.
Hairy men with
Oh my
chrome.
gosh. I'm so down for that. Like, I'm ready. Let's do that.
Oh, that wait, actually, that is something I wanted to share. It's hair with pole. I thought I had to shave my legs. You do not need to shave your legs to pole dance. I don't know what you feel, Chris. Like it's almost like wearing fishnets. Like there's something there, but you can still grip. And sometimes if you put grip like tack on your hair, it's like sticks even better than if you were shaved. So yeah, that's my you if you are a woman, if you are a man, if you are a non-binary friend and you want to grow your leg hair and you want to pole dance, you can definitely do that.
Yes. I find when I shave, like the grip, like it fucks up my like hair. I don't know what hair follicle or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I prefer keeping the hair.
Mhm.
Yeah. And whatever you choose, like shaved or no shaved, like you'll get used to it, you know. I think if you change, that's when things happen and you're like, oh, like you shave all of a sudden, then you're like, no good. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that up because that was going to be one of the topics that we talked about in the future. Because like,
Yeah.
there's so many questions,
Yeah.
right? Everyone's so different. Like, you never know. That other people have experience, and right?
It's been-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the pit towel, if I didn't have so much armpit hair, maybe I wouldn't need the pit towel. So that is something I've considered. Because I do feel like it kind of funnels down the hair and it's just dripping. And like I don't know if you don't have hair there, if it just doesn't drip. Maybe it still drips. I don't know. Anyway, speak to that. But that is the one consideration is the pit. But what would I do without the pit towel? I feel like I'm like it's like part of me now. I don't think I
It's
can
like
go without it.
the pole blankie.
Yeah, totally.
It's too funny. The pit tongue. That's amazing. You have to share that to Instagram to your followers.
Yeah, I think
Like
I
a
will.
hashtag pit towel.
You know, it's interesting. I don't really like ever speak to my followers. I just post videos of me. Like they don't hear my voice or anything. Is that like something that people like? Like, have you had advice like actually like engaging like vocally with your followers like helps, you think?
Yeah, people like seeing who you are as a real person.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I used to be the same way. Just videos of what I do, just videos of my classes. And since I've started showing more of me talking to people, I've gotten more engagement,
Okay.
more followers, which follower count doesn't matter anymore, but people are interacting with my content better,
Hmm.
getting to know me. Yeah, especially I guess what the best tip I learned for when the business is, yeah, you're promoting yourself, but you also want to provide as much value as possible. What do you give them free tips, give them free funny stuff like, hey, I use a pit towel. Maybe this is what you need. Uh, solutions to their problems, your stories, so they can get to know you, things like that.
Well, you guys are like single-handedly rebranding me right now for the better.
Right, that's kind of where we have these podcasts because we're like all of this stuff is we learned from, everyone. We talk to them and,
Yes. And
some of it works, but everyone's different. Yeah.
you're already killing it on Instagram. So I mean, once you add that personal touch, so your followers get to know you, you're gonna be golden.
Yeah, I try to add things like at the end of my video, me collapsing like about to puke. Stuff like I'm a human too.
I love it. I love
Just a reel of you getting back to the video
Yeah.
to turn it off.
Yeah. Oh, those are great. Or like the classic like underwear like pull out of your like thing that I watch my videos. I'm like, I do that every
Every-
single video. I need just a bloop, like just like half a second from every video of me like pulling the fabric out of my ass crack.
it.
That would do really well with like a little voiceover. That would put some humanity into the content.
Yes.
Yes.
Video of all of that, that would be so fun.
Wedgie compilations.
But there you go. That's what I'd call it. Yeah, for sure. Um,
So many things for the future.
so many.
Well, yeah, let us know if you need any more help with anything. I mean, you've got, like Chris said, a good handle on it, but um, I know Chris is taking a course on it now
Oh,
I
cool.
Body by
from
Friends
Body
and
by Fran. Yeah.
their elite mentorship. It completely got me rethinking my brand, how I market, how I
Mhm.
provide value, and yeah, it's a beautiful course.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, the schooling I've had has been like, here's physics and math and a computer, go solve some problems. Like I have no like marketing or business experience or anything like that.
Everything I learned for software engineering in college,
Mm,
I I did not use for any of this. I had to
yeah, yeah.
reteach myself other stuff.
What is college for? What is school for?
World may never know.
Too
That'll be for another episode.
Yes. Wait, can you go to dance school for pole? Is that a
Uh,
thing?
like just like regular.
Like people who go to dance school, like who are like want to be professional dancers, like they have dance schools,
I
but
know some
maybe like
colleges
two.
I know some colleges offer like classes and workshops and extra credit things, but I don't know if there's an actual degree yet.
You can't like major in pole.
Not yet, no.
I feel like if it was gonna happen, it's gonna happen in like Europe somewhere, like Spain, or I feel like or Poland. I feel like they have incredible pole spaces and stuff. Like I
Right,
could
and
be
you
wrong.
could really teach like other things using pole. Like we had a whole thing of physics and pole, and like I didn't understand physics at all until I did that course. But now like
Oh,
I
that
can
would
understand it.
be so cool. I want to bring physics into my classes. Bring out the whiteboard. Oh my God, more
Right, like today
ideas.
we're working on momentum.
Well, some of my students are not gonna like that. They're gonna check out, but
Or like friction and do just pole sets.
yeah, totally.
But yeah. Oh my God, more things for the future. We should probably end the interview. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to or watching this episode of Pull on the Call podcast. My name is Mandy Mac.
And I
Oh no. I didn't put my heel on, but here it is. Ugh, there it is.
Yeah,
Woo.
with Connor Jocktober. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.